everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tutorial Tuesday. Today we're going to talk about light stands. How do you hang your lighting? On the floor, on the ceiling? Where do you get your light stands? And what do you need to know? Well, in my studio here in Tustin, California, my lights are hung on the ceiling. And you'll be able to see how they're hung. They're hung on the metal bars that secure the light panels on my ceiling. When you're doing this, make sure that you have somebody who's licensed and insured to hang the lights and make sure that they are secured. You'll also see that there is some extra wire protecting the lights from coming down. This is very important because these tracking, they can fall down. It's metal and they do wear over time. So you should always make sure that your lights are secured, not once, but twice. Once using the mechanism that hangs them, and then second using a wire that stabilizes the tracking system itself. So very, very important to make sure that someone who is installing it knows what they're doing. In addition, the knobs that hold the lights on the tracks could become loose over time. You're moving and adjusting them. So you always want to check these knobs. Every single session, I check these knobs, I tug on the lights and make sure that everything is going according to plan. We've had these lights come down, never during a client session, thankfully. And we've had to do some repair over the years. Like any piece of equipment, they wear out over time. So you'll be able to see how my lights are hung from the ceiling. The reason I like my lights hung from the ceiling is that no one's tripping over cords and stands, which does happen. If you have a light stand on the floor, please have sandbags. I'm amazed at how many studios that I visit don't actually have sandbags. They tell me, oh, Anna, I tape all my backdrops down. But what about the light stands? Your light stand should be heavy enough that it supports your light. Too many times people opt for a cheaper light stand, and by doing that, the light stand is very flimsy, and when you put a heavy light on it, it can fall over. Regardless of what light stand you're using, you should make sure that you have sandbags on the base of your light stand so it doesn't topple over. In addition, children can trip over the light stand. So having the sandbags kind of helps prevent the fall just a little bit better. Don't go for the cheaper light stands. You want durable light stands. There's a reason why a light stand could be $30 versus $100. There's a reason for it. And quite often it's in the durability of the light stand. So if you can't hang lights from your ceiling, or your ceiling is just not high enough to hang lights, then you want to have a nice durable light stand. Another issue that I see with the light stands is that you don't go all the way to the floor. When I'm working with a baby over a bucket, for example, on the floor, I need the light to come all the way down because it's going to be just above the baby's head. So if your light stand doesn't go down far enough that the light can be just where it needs to be when working on the floor, whether it's children or babies or small animals, then you want to make sure that you get a light stand that goes all the way to the floor. If you find yourself working on the floor a lot and you just can't get the right lighting, it could just be that your light stand is not going low enough. You're going to probably need more than one light stand. I have several. And you never know if one's going to break or not work when you need it. So you should always have a backup. As far as where to get these things, B&H is a great resource for finding the tracking on the ceiling. If you go to Amazon or Google and search for ceiling tracking, you'll find quite a few different vendors. As far as which light stand to buy, I've had many light stands over the years. The best thing to do is if you can go to a physical store and test out the light stands, or better yet, maybe buy a stand with the particular lights that you're using, usually works as well. Quite often kits will match the right stand with the right light. If you're not buying a kit, then you should make sure that you know how heavy your light is and then find a stand that supports that type of weight. Above all, ask somebody. That's why we still have camera stores and there's still lots of people that sell in person, and you can visit and try and experiment all along the way. If it doesn't work, return it and get one that does work. Hopefully these tips will help you just be a better photographer. Hey YouTube, thanks for coming to my channel. My name is Ana Brandt, and I would love if you would subscribe. By subscribing to my channel, you'll be notified of all of the amazing new content that we're working on for the future, and we'd love for you to be a part of it.